it's been exciting to get back to it.
Let's take a look at what the Worcester Railers roster looks like right now.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Cam, and this is Cam's Corner. Well, that was Railers general manager and head coach David Cunniff, who I had a chance to catch up with on Monday night at the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center. We talked about the NHL's return to play, and we dived into the Worcester Railers roster as it stands right now. What do you say we check it out?
Cam McGuire here with Railers general manager and head coach David Cunniff. And coach, always great to see you and always great to talk some hockey. And before we talk some Worcester Railers hockey came back this past weekend and the NHL returned to play. Did you have a chance to watch any of the playoffs? And it's pretty exciting right now.
Yeah, of course. I'm doing some studying, watching some games. It's been exciting to get back to it.
Let's take a look at what the Worcester Railers roster looks like right now. Obviously, 7 players currently signed for the upcoming season. Some old guys, some new guys. Obviously, Drew Callen, Connor Doherty, Ross Olson are back from last year's team. How crucial was it to get some of those key pieces back from last year's team?
Very, very important. There's a mix. You can't go with all young guys. You go with all rookies, and there's a maturation process. Where a lot of guys, they figure it out a year or two into the league, and like Olsen, Callen, those are guys that have been through it for a year now. They know what the long season's about. They know what going into different buildings are about, and I think they're only going to be better going forward.
And Brennan Feasy, who was also with the Railers last season, joins those 3. And let's talk about some of the new guys here. And one guy that knows the ropes of pro hockey, Jordan Smotherman. And Smotherman's been a winner everywhere he's gone. And Railers fans remember his success with Manchester a couple years ago. He's a huge addition to this club, and we've seen in the past that he's a proven winner.
Yeah, definitely. It's we're going to rely on him. Jordan a lot. It was great getting the phone call, and when we finally hooked up, we were able to talk a little bit, what he was looking for, and we're very fortunate to be able to get him to be able to come to Worcester. Basically coming home. He's a guy that's, like you said, he's got tons of experience. He's always won. He's a good human being. He's that veteran presence that is going to hopefully be able to keep things calm when things get a little bit hectic, but at the same time still has passion for the game, still loves the game. He's going to be an extension of me and the coaching staff. Just another guy that in talking hockey with him this summer, he's got a high hockey IQ, and I'm going to try and learn from him, and he's going to continue to learn the game, and I think you share that knowledge with the younger guys. But again, the most important thing is he has the passion for the game still wants to play, still wants to compete, still wants to win, which is exciting for us.
And a lot of passion on the ice, and perhaps one of the most intriguing signings is the boys from Alaska, the Halsinger Brothers. Obviously, Kenny Halsinger, who just wrapped up a 4-year career at UMass Lowell, and then Cam Halsinger, who's played the last 5 years in the WHL. So 2 guys from Alaska. Kind of walk us through the recruiting process, because you're a busy guy, and I know you didn't have time to go out to Alaska and see these guys, but tell us how the recruiting process unfolded for them and what we can expect from those 2.
Well, the one thing I did is watch a ton of video. When the season did come to an end, coaching the American League last 20 years, you're not really relied on to know the player pool. So I did have to catch up on that. Watched a lot of video of Kenny and his brother, and I talked to Casson Sommer, Roy's son, who's coaching a dub, and who coached against against Halsinger, and the one thing about them is compete. Both of them are very competitive. They're gonna be exciting players to play with and to watch, and I think they're gonna bring a lot of energy to the table. But that being said, they make a lot of plays, and I knew they brought energy just from kind of talking to different people. But watching the video was very pleasantly surprised at the number of plays they made. When they're on the ice, they're looking. They're not throwing the puck away. They're looking to protect the puck. They're looking to keep the play alive. They're looking to generate offense. They're attacking the net. They do all the things that good hockey players do.
And as it stands right now, like we said, 7 players officially signed, 6 forwards, 1 defenseman. And lastly here, we look down the road, not necessarily some holes that need to be filled, but what are some areas that you're looking to add to the club as we continue on here?
Well, the goaltending situation, we're still talking with our, with the Islanders and Chris Lamarillo on that about what they might potentially be signing and sending down. Obviously we're working on the agreement. We're getting that thing figured out. There'll be, some sort of announcement probably with that somewhat soon. With all the uncertainty in the world, it's kind of tough. But so the goaltending situation, we're kind of looking at. The defense was still really trying to figure out, dot the I's, cross the T's. What's going to be great is I think we're going to have a competitive camp. It's not going to be, the team's not going to be picked going into it. We're going to have a lot of good hockey players coming into camp. Unfortunately, I'm recruiting and trying to build the team like we're not going to get any affiliated players. And if we get some, that's great. If we don't, then I feel like we'll be a competitive team anyways. But affiliated players make things crowded, and we're going to have decisions to make, which is going to be really difficult, but it's a good problem to have.
Well, the roster, it sounds like, is starting to take its shape, and obviously the NHL hockey is back, and we hope that the Worcester Railers and the ECHL is back as well. Coach, always thankful for your time, and look forward to chatting down the road here.
I am too. I'm excited, I think the Board of Governors and the East Coast League is going to be meeting somewhat this week to try and get a decision on when we might return to play. Hopefully it's October. If it isn't and later, then it's just going to give us more time to prepare and get ready. But that being said, I think we're going to have an exciting team. I've talked to a lot of great players over the summer here, trying to get them to come to Worcester. It's been an easy sell with the fans, with our ownership group. It's really, salesman. It could be a tough job being a salesman if you don't believe in what you have or what you're selling. But selling Worcester, selling Cliff, selling front office with Mike Myers and the addition of Stephanie, it's an easy sell when I'm talking to these players. Our facility with the DCU and Fidelity, Worcester Ice Center and the Edge, they're great partners of ours, and we're excited when things pick up to hopefully use them again.
Well, you heard it right there. RailersHC.com for all the information. We'll keep you up to date as we march along here in the summer and continue on in the fall.
Well, there you have it. It was great catching up with Cunny on Monday night, like we said, at the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center. Hope everyone tries to stay cool, and hopefully these humid and hot temperatures can go away quickly. Enjoy the NHL playoffs as we continue on, and be sure to follow us, RailersHC.com, as we'll be announcing some more player signings as we continue to march along. Until next Tuesday, I'm Cam, and this is Cam's Corner.